I'd like to greet all human beings all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It don't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor religious beliefs may be. It don't matter if you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It don't matter if you dark-skinned or light-skinned. It don't matter if you my family, friends, or those who declare themselves as my enemies. I greet all of you all with the same universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Today is August the 7th, 2019. The time being about 8:10 p.m. It's Wednesday. And first, I'd like to say to all my Muslim brothers and sisters around the world, I greet you all with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you in the Arabic language of Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi Allah rabakatuh. I also like to say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. I seek refuge with God from Satan, the rejected enemy, or the accursed devil. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. I greet all people of all different religions with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. I want y'all to focus on something. When I say y'all, I'm talking about people worldwide. We already understand the fact that we have some people, namely here in Charleston, Missouri, if the shoe fit, wear it. If it don't, you know I ain't talking about you. There's some, when I'm speaking about peace, they talking about coming while I'm on my roof videoing. They utter the words out that they gonna come knock me off my roof. Some tell me to leave their town, Charleston, Missouri. But regardless of what they saying, you see they didn't knock me off my roof. You see yet after 23 years and so many months here in Charleston, Missouri, I've yet to leave Charleston, Missouri, because when I leave Charleston, Missouri, I'm gonna leave on my free will, not somebody telling me or somebody forcing me. The Klan can't force me. No black militants can't force me. No gang can't force me. The only one can tell me to leave is God. When God say, your time is up, let's leave. I'm gonna leave though, no. But I have a mission or two before I leave. But this is what I want y'all to take a good look at. Black people in general. Let's take a look at it. And anybody that want to be involved with what I'm talking about, what's happening in the black community. I know things is happening in the Spanish community, the white community, but I'm black and I see something, especially in Chicago. I see it here, but I see it namely in Chicago, a place that I grew up in. All this violence. You see, and then the people who has the power to stop it. Let's look at the United States. Do we need to change? That light ain't do nothing. The United States have one of the most powerful armed forces in the world. The Air Force, the Navy, the Marines, the Army. I mean, land, sea, the air. And they can go over into other countries. I think in the 1980s. Let's take an education lesson, history. I think it was in the 1980s, the United States went over to Panama and got Antonio Noriega. You see, it was a treaty for 99 years for the Panama Canal. After that 99 years was up, Antonio Noriega wasn't going to renew that contract with the United States or nobody else, because it was drug flowing through there and all type of illegal stuff. And he said to himself, I'm assuming, that if I'm paying the United States for this here, I can do this here myself. But the United States went over there, got a team. They went over there and got him, brought him back to the United States, tried him, and put him in their jail. Now that shows you how much power they have so far. Now take a look. Up under the Obama administration, they went over to another country to take out and assassinate a Muslim leader over there. Some of y'all know who I'm talking about, who they assassinated. Now, these individuals that's over in these other countries, Muammar Gaddafi, Anwar Sadat, and any of these other leaders, Fidel Castro, no matter what they doing over in them countries, they can't be doing nothing worse than what's happening over here in the United States. You got the Ku Klux Klan. You got some that's not employed. Then you have some that's been judges. You had some that's been police officers. You had some that's been preachers. But now they can go over into other countries, send their Navy SEALs, special forces to go over to other countries to assassinate other leaders of other countries. But yet in Chicago, Illinois, they can't stop the drug flowing. They can't stop all the black-on-black crime. You see, if they wanted to, they could. You see what I'm saying? If they put Al Capone in jail, if they put El Chapo in jail, many times he escaped, but they put him in jail, don't you think that they can get all the other individuals that's doing the negative things in the black neighborhoods, that's causing this black-on-black crime? Now, let me tell you what the superintendent of the Chicago police, Eddie Johnson, just said this week. Now, Eddie Johnson is a black superintendent, the highest ranking law enforcement official on the Chicago Police Department, up under the mayor, the black mayor, Lori Lightfoot. Johnson grew up in the Cabrini Green row houses where I grew up in. So did the black state's attorney, Kim Foxx. Now, listen what Eddie Johnson said just recently this week. He said that he don't wanna be political or sound political, but he says when he said they, he talking about all these chiefs of police, all these prosecutors, the law enforcement officials, period, has the power to stop all this senseless violence and killing, but he don't know if they have the will to do it. You see, a person can be willing or able, but they got to be willing. He said he don't know if they willing to do it. They can't be willing to do it because this past weekend in Chicago, Illinois, I believe it was 52 or maybe 54 people, give or take, shot and wounded, and 7 killed. Now, anybody know about the medical field? You have A1 trauma centers. You have about 5 of them in Chicago. And one of the A1 trauma centers this past weekend, there was so many shootings in the black neighborhood, so many shootings and killings, that they put a thing on the trauma centers when they have so many wounded patients in their trauma center. They put their trauma center on bypass. In other words, if the hospital is right here and a person got shot right there in critical condition, they can't take them there. They have to take them. If it's a few miles away, they have to take them from there. 9 out of 10 times by ambulance. They on bypass because they don't have no room to put no more patients in. That's how many people getting shot and killed in Chicago. And 9 out of 10 of them, well, I'll give people the benefit of doubt. 8 out of 10 is blacks. Probably 9 out of 10 is people of color. But now, look at this here. The mayor had a chance to put another superintendent in, but she didn't choose to do that. She said things was gonna change. Things ain't changed. You see what I'm saying? Things ain't changed at all. It's still, Lori Lightfoot, the black mayor that's just newly been elected, her and Donald Trump's advisor, which is his daughter, Ivanka Trump, is on Twitter arguing about the shootings in Chicago. Now, Ivanka quoted that one thing about it, what she said, I agree with her. She said, the media is not giving Chicago, the inner city, the same news coverage as they're giving what happened in El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio. They're not giving them the same news coverage. I agree with her on that. Then she said that 52 people were shot in a playground. It was 50-something people that got shot, but it wasn't in a playground. And then Lori Lightfoot, the mayor of Chicago, get into a debate with her, or I call it an argument, going back and forth on Twitter. Both of them have the power to stop this here. She's advisor to the president, and Lori Lightfoot is the mayor running the city of Chicago. Lori Lightfoot said Ivanka Trump got everything backwards, got everything twisted. It wasn't 52. The incidents didn't happen like that. It was only 7 shot, and it wasn't in a playground. It was in Douglas Park. Like that make a big difference. You see what I'm saying? Ivanka was right about something. They're not getting enough attention. And it was 50-something people. It don't matter where they got shot at, in a church, in their car, in their home. It was 50-something people. 7 of them died. And you keep on talking about where you put 50 police out after they got killed. Like that gonna help. On the 27th of July, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, my 12-year-old granddaughter was shot 3 times on her porch. Where right there is a police light. A bank across the street where it should have been a camera. Police light got a camera, and a supermarket with a camera. Have y'all found that shooter yet? But let me just say this here. Why Ivanka Trump, the advisor to President Trump, and Lori Lightfoot, the mayor of Chicago, is going back and forward on Twitter, instead of running with them words, won't y'all help stop them killings in there? If you got to call the National Guards, call the National Guards. If all them killings was in the White House, get to shooting up some of them 435 representatives in the lower house, and some of them 100 senators in the upper house. You see what I'm saying? It'll be a whole different thing. If they went down to City Hall with Lightfoot at, got to popping people up in there. You see, Lightfoot and the chief of police, the state's attorney, Ivanka Trump, Donald Trump, his wife, and all them, they safe. My granddaughter wasn't safe. Still ain't safe. But all these individuals around here that try to attack me, let me see how tough y'all can be and go stop all this back on black violence. Like I said, I'm gonna leave here soon. But y'all need to wake up, black folks. The killings was going on before Trump come in, and I don't care who you get in, it's gonna keep on going on until y'all get the right people. Get the National Guards or the United States Army to get some of them people off the streets that's doing that shooting. Whether it's police setting them up or anybody else. Peace be still.